Okay, so you want to know what I find like really interesting about this whole situation with Chris Rock and Will Smith? Like all the comedians, literally all the comedians are rallying up behind Chris Rock and like coming at Will Smith. This is crazy, like how they're all standing together. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like they all coming out the woodworks like Will was so wrong. Woo 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 woo. But I mean, Will did it to himself, so it's kind of interesting to see how all of this is playing out. But this is Steve Harvey and Jim Carrey destroy Will Smith for smacking Chris Rock. Now I heard what Jim Carrey said or whatever, but I didn't hear Steve Harvey or whatever. And I did not know that Tony Rock was Chris Rock's brother. I never put the two together. To me, they don't look alike, so that's why I never even thought anything of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's kind of crazy because Tony Rock was on that show that Will Smith had produced. I think it's called All of Us or whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna watch this video and see what the two guys have to say. So let's get it.
Back though.
Yeah, he said in his acceptance speech that Denzel told him that at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you.
I'm the devil. If I'm Chris Rock, I'm the devil that's coming for him. I'm coming up out that purple Tom Ford, or Brioni, or a Caesar Antolini. I don't know who that was, but I'm coming up out of that. I'm coming up out of these clothes, but I don't care nothing about that. Man, you can't do that to somebody, Skip. So now, comedians, can they not say anything? Worried about people coming up on stage? So don't go, listen, if you're sensitive, don't you take your ass to no comedy show, because these are comedians and they make light of situations. So if you go down there and you got on some bull jive, they're going to make fun of you. If you look like some bull jive, they're going to make fun of you. Chris Rock should have thought about. I say the joke. The person that I say the joke about, her husband. So now I already feel tension. I feel confrontation. Or I'm getting off the first one. Because the moment I feel confrontation, I got to end it. I'm not finna let you walk up on me like that. We argue, Skip. We going back and forth. You across the room, and here you come walking towards me. What I think? You coming to offer me a drink? What he should have done is what DC Young Fly did last year when somebody came up on the stage and whipped him. He's protecting his wife. Well, where was her protection
I think I remember that
when she was at the red table talking about what she was doing with this entanglement? Where was her protection of her husband? He a bigger man than me. I ain't that big a man. Ain't a road high enough for me to take.
Here's the thing of it. I understand that defending the honor of your wife. I'm that dude. But you don't have to do something. He didn't dishonor her. For that. He didn't do that. That joke was not worthy of the reaction. If he was going to have a reaction, I think that Will should have done the man thing, was step to him afterwards in that press room, and if he wanted to slap Chris then,
that's what I said.
In the press room and seen how it went.
Exactly.
But see, he laughed at the joke till he saw Jada's reaction. Yeah. Now, now, let me tell you something. That's a Hollywood move now. To go up there on national TV, slap another black man, turn around your back and walk off, because you know he can't do nothing. See, and I know this. I know he know this, because Will been in Hollywood long enough. So now to turn your back and walk off, you're going to slap the dude and then turn around and walk off. You know in real life that ain't the way this going to go. You already know. And Rock is a Jersey boy. So no. So, and I didn't think the moment was that. And I think he overreacted, like Carla said. He paid too much into the moment. His acceptance speech, that was raggedy, apologizing to the Academy. But here's what I think is going to happen. When this go down and wake up the right way, there's going to be some type of banning from the Oscars of Will Smith.
Yeah, I said the same. I think the same thing.
Kanye off the Grammys. They took him off the Grammys. The Oscars is all Hollywood is about. It's their biggest moment. And for you to do that on the biggest moment,
they don't condone violence. They don't. The Academy does not condone violence.
Denzel told him right.
Yeah.
In your biggest moment is when the devil comes for you.
Yeah.
You should have handled that.
What did you think as you watched it unfold, and then what happened after?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he wanted to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
No, I agree. I think we all agree on that. I just thought, Jim, that it escalated to that. You know what I mean? That it escalated to that level.
It didn't escalate. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated, and I wish him the best. I really do. I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. But that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment last night. You know, a lot of people worked really hard to get to that place and to have their moment in the sun and to get their award for the really hard work they did. And it is no mean feat to go through all the stuff you have to go through when you're nominated for an Oscar. It's a gauntlet of devotion that you have to do. And you know, it was just a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing.
This is a day that we all will never forget. It is burned in our minds.
Sure not.
Talk that at dinner tables. It will last for generations. This will be brought up for years to come. This is not going to go away. One man ruined his life for one woman because he wanted to show his love. He wanted to show how tough he was. His career and his reputation is forever damaged. See, guys, we all can learn a lesson from this. And if you're dating or in a relationship right now or even married, if your woman controls you, if she has you by the balls, if she runs the show, if she dictates how things are going to go, if she ultimately controls your emotions and makes the final decisions, it will never end well.
Oh my God.
This is why, guys, I always tell you, remain strong, remain stoic, and make your decisions based on logic. See, when Jada Pinkett Smith gave Will the death stare and pretty much gave him the nod, what happened was he switched his whole mood. And that is dangerous because if a woman controls your mood, she's going to cause you to do a lot of silly, illogical, goofy things that you will regret. Because here's the thing. She wants you to be her attack dog. She wants you to do her bidding. When women ultimately make decisions, it's not for the betterment of everybody. It's not for the betterment
or
of
you can just use common sense.
and her. It's for her own satisfaction, her own needs, and her own ego. This is why when you do things, especially when you have a girlfriend or a woman or whatever situation you might be in, make sure you're thinking long term, number one. Number two, you're using logic. And number three, you're thinking, okay, how could it just not benefit her, but it's benefiting me? Because any decision that you make as a man, there's responsibility, there's accountability, and there's ultimately repercussions, good or bad. When it comes to women, they don't necessarily have to
keep
experience
freezing,
it.
dude.
They can make a decision. Everybody say, okay, oh, it's okay. Or they do something that's off. And they say, okay, here, I'm there to pick you up. As a man, that's not there for you. So when you do something silly like Will Smith, when you do act out of character and do all these different silly things because of love, you will always lose. And ultimately, you could get yourself killed. You can get yourself jailed. You can lose your freedom. And like Will Smith, he lost his reputation and ultimately his career. Because who's going to want to cast him? I mean, what movies or shows is he going to be in? It looks really bad. And Chris Rock, he actually came up on top. Ticket sales are going up for him. I mean,
I heard that.
The entire comedy community is coming to the...
All right, Scootball. Will just made himself look stupid, basically. Like, he just did too much. All of that was unnecessary. It was a joke. Like, I get it. Your wife has a disease and you want to take up for it. But to do that on national television was just way too far. And at first I was looking at the comedians because a lot of them, well, some of them need to shut up because a lot of them were saying that they were traumatized. I understand where they're coming from because I'm on the comedian side. Like, you should be able to tell a joke, you know what I'm saying? Talk about a situation and bring some light to it without expecting for someone to like storm the stage and want to fight you over it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the joke wasn't even that bad for him to like run up on stage. Now, I'm not against him taking up for his wife. If he want to take up for her, that's fine. But what he did was just like almost like career suicide. Like, you did way too much. And I'm thinking now, from now on, he's probably going to be blackballed because that's Hollywood. You know how Hollywood is for Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You know how them white people is. So the fact that he just ran up on stage and did that shit, that's just a bad look. To me, it makes me kind of look at him different too, because it's like, dude, clearly you got some shit going on at home. You know what I'm saying? With the whole August Alsina stuff, and then Tupac, like, she just been disrespecting you your whole relationship. And he's been real quiet, which I found kind of weird how quiet he's been about the whole situation, and calm and just like nonchalant about it or whatever. But it's just so crazy to see him have an outburst like that on national television. So the shit has been boiling up or whatever. And I think he had a what would Tupac do moment. Like, I really think he had that. But yeah, this shit is crazy. I'm kind of surprised too, but I'm not surprised that I don't think that Chris Rock is going to sue him. I haven't heard anything about a lawsuit yet. I'm still waiting to see if there's going to be like a lawsuit, because that was my first thought, like, oh, Chris Rock is going to sue him. I wonder if the Academy could sue him too for that whole situation, because they're probably going to be like, oh, you ruined our show, or I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this reaction. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next reaction video. Bye.